This take might get me canceled, but I'm going to share it anyway. I think that balance is for people who don't have a purpose in life. Now, I'm going to explain why I think that's the case by looking at 5 of the all-time greats. Before we dive in, really quickly, my name is Arjun. I'm the founder and CEO of doola.com. We're a venture-backed startup here in New York City that's raised over $13 million of venture capital from some of the world's greatest investors, including Y Combinator, Nexus Venture Partners, HubSpot Ventures, and more. Now, we're trying to build a great company, and something I've done is actually studied the greats, and I've noticed something very interesting. Every single GOAT, or the greatest of all time, and wherever their field was, wasn't balanced. They were obsessed. Now look, this video isn't about hustle porn or hustling for the sake of hustling in a pathological manner. It's about a pattern I've noticed in the greats. And the pattern, the way I'd summarize it, is savage consistency delivers savage results. It's this obsession and full immersion into a task which delivers these incredible outcomes. Now, let me give you 5 examples of 5 of the greats, the GOATs in their field. You've probably heard of all these people before because they are legendary in terms of their output, in terms of their work ethic, and in terms of the impact that they had in their field. Now, the final thing I'll say is that there was nothing wrong with being balanced. So I don't want to say that, hey, if you have balance in something, that's a bad thing, but I really think it's a blessing. If you can find that thing you are obsessed about, find that thing you have a purpose in, and go all in on it. I think most people in life don't find it. These 5 individuals did. Let's dive in. The first is Pablo Picasso. Pablo Picasso was alive for 33,403 days. He published 26,075 pieces of unique artwork. If you're doing the math, this means he averaged 1 new piece of art every day from age 20 to age 91. He quite literally didn't wait for inspiration. He created every single day. When I saw that, I thought, what's something I've done every single day? Maybe brush my teeth? But he created art every single day, on average, 1 piece a day from age 20 to age 91. No wonder he's an absolute great in his field. That is savage consistency, and you can see the savage results. Number 2, Michael Phelps. Yes, you've probably seen his frame, his physique, how much food he eats, but not many people know, en route to winning 8 gold medals in Beijing, he trained 7 days a week for 6 years straight. That's how you become the most decorated Olympian of all time. Phelps had the talent and he had the work ethic. And quite literally, he said, there are 2 weekends per year. That means over the course of a year, that's 104 days. That means over the course of 6 years, that's 628 extra days when I'm practicing and someone else isn't. That's how you become the most decorated Olympian of all time. Savage consistency, savage results. Number 3, Jerry Seinfeld, one of the GOAT comedians of all time. Someone asked him, hey, how do you come up with jokes? Where do you get inspiration? His inspiration? X's. X's on a page. Quite literally, every day, he would have a workbook and he would write jokes. And after he did that, he would put an X on the page. And his entire motto was, don't break the chain. Keep putting X's every day. Do you know how long he did that for? 40 years. X's, consistency, savage results, one of the greatest comedians of all time. Next up, the man who invented the light bulb, Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison patented 1,093 unique patents and inventions over his lifetime. That averages out to 1 new patent every 11 days. That is insane. That is prolific. And again, when you hear these things now, you think, of course, someone who's inventing and putting out patents on average every 11 days, of course they're going to invent the light bulb. He didn't wait for inspiration. He literally invented the future on schedule. 1 new patent on average every 11 days. And lastly, the greatest bodybuilder of all time, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Again, sure, he had the genetics. Maybe he was born in the right place at the right time, but not many people know. Arnold trained 5 hours a day for 15 years on the path to becoming a 6-time Mr. Olympia winner. Most people worked out 2.5 hours a day, once a day in the morning. He did 2-a-day sessions. He literally outworked the competition. Quite literally, Arnold wasn't training for beach season. He was training for immortality. And he did that again, 5 hours a day for 15 years. That is insane. You think you're working hard doing 3 workouts per week? He did 5 hours a day for 15 years. It completely reframes the amount of work that goes into becoming a legend, to becoming a GOAT, to becoming the best in your field. So let me finish with this. Again, my point here is not to say that there aren't things in life where you should be balanced, but I think the thing that is so special here and completely punches you in the face with is the greatest in any field. They are obsessed. They have found a purpose where it doesn't feel like work to them. They don't have any other choice but to commit and go all in to that single thing. And let me give you some food for thought here. When I first saw this, it really made me sit down and think. We prefer to see winners or people who succeeded as naturally talented or lucky instead of hardworking. Because if the reverse were implied, what would that imply about us? The truth is, again, hard work does beat talent until talent decides to work hard. But across these 5 examples, it made it so clear to me, quantity has a quality of its own. These people put in more reps and more mileage than anyone else in their field, and that is how they became the greatest of all time. So again, I think it is an absolute blessing if you can find your purpose or the thing that you can go fully obsess mode into. And if you can't, that's okay. Again, there's nothing wrong with having balance, but that's what I mean when I say balance for people who don't have purpose in life. These people had that ultimate purpose, and therefore they had no balance. And I would say if anyone else out there can find that, it's such a gorgeous thing, because again, what feels like work to someone else feels like play to you. And they became the greatest in their field. So if you are going after greatness in any field, think of these 5 examples and really think, have I found my purpose? If so, that thing that's in my zone of genius, I probably won't ever want to stop doing it. And I'll have that level of obsession that these greats had. That's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed these examples. They really inspired me. And if you have other examples of savage consistency leading to savage results, please drop them down below in the comments. I'd love to see. Speaking of consistency, it takes a ton of consistency to build a business. And if you yourself are building a business and you're inspired by these greats, I absolutely am. I'd love to be a part of the journey. My company, Doola, is a business in a box, completely built to help entrepreneurs take care of the unsexy yet critical back office so they can focus on what they do best while Doola handles the rest. So you can head to our website, doola.com, get a demo. Would love to be a part of the journey. And once again, don't be ashamed to not have balance. Don't be ashamed to be obsessed. Go after what you want. And again, quantity has a quality of its own. If you can outwork the competition, chances are I bet on you to win. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.